So you said there was a lot of music playing in your household as you were growing up. What did your parents like to listen to?
Look, I remember a lot of people would hate to admit to this, but there was a lot of Neil Diamond at one stage, but that was kind of when I was very young. There was a lot of Elvis, Fleetwood Mac. Um, Fleetwood Mac's probably one of the biggest albums I remember listening to um, at a particular age and singing along to. But then there was, a real mixture there. Obviously, there were subscribers to Reader's Digest at one stage, and they had this sensational 70s cassette. It was like 6 cassettes that came out. So it went through the 70s, and there was all these really good tracks that we used to sing along to. But yeah, look at, I guess, getting into my sort of primary school years, we had a Queen album that I listened to a lot. The Beatles was another one. Um, Anne Murray, Mum used to listen to a lot of Anne Murray. Yeah, I don't know. It's Linda Ronstadt. That was another biggie. Yeah, so I guess there was a mixture of males and females, but yeah, probably that real probably a bit of a Californian sort of 70s country rock thing.
Yeah.
Do quite a bit, I reckon. Eagles,
I think
yeah, the Eagles is another one. Yeah.
it's totally fine to admit to Neil Diamond. I love Neil. Whenever I hear him sing, I think that's an incredible voice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not really my cup of tea, but I can appreciate a good artist, and he obviously had something going right because he was very popular.
Yeah, well, still, I was at some live tennis the other day, and Sweet Caroline came on, and everyone was singing along. So
Oh yeah.
yes, Neil Diamond endures, particularly that song at the moment for
Oh
whatever.
yes.
So you mentioned learning piano, and when you did start to learn an instrument, did you think of it in terms of how you could use it with your voice, or was it actually I'm learning this instrument separately? And did you learn to read music and all of that stuff?
I did. I learnt classical piano, so I learnt to read music, but much to my teacher's disgust, I had a very good ear and I wasn't very disciplined with the sight reading, which is still the case today. So I can read, but I just much prefer playing by ear and working things out. And then obviously that stemmed into songwriting, which started at quite a young age too.
Okay.
But I didn't really let on to many people about that. It was just I would often sit in my bedroom. I shared a bedroom with my eldest sister. So when I was in the room by myself, I had a little Sony cassette recorder that I think I got when I was maybe 11 or 12. And I used to sing concerts into that, talking in between these made up songs, no instruments in the background or anything. And yeah, so it was like I was talking to the audience and, appreciating their applause and all this sort of stuff. Until one day the other sister found the tape and she just went to town with it. Like it was, oh no, I was so embarrassed, but it was really funny in retrospect, but
At that age, though, it's mortifying.
oh gosh, no. And I was an easy target, I guess, because I did something stupid like that and didn't try to hide it.
That's divine. I think it's because even then you're thinking about how to structure, a performance and thinking about audience, all these things that would become relevant later on.
Yeah. So yeah, look, piano was just I was just I still think I was very blessed to get that opportunity. Mum and Dad weren't particularly well off. I wouldn't say we were poor, but they were battling along and doing the best they could with 3 kids, and we all got the opportunity to learn the instrument, but that's just because they knew the value of it because they'd personally had the chance as well. And so 2 of us went on with it for quite a while. I went through to grade 5 classical, but then by that stage I was actually more interested in boys and really wasn't practicing or anything, but I was writing my own songs and really had lost interest in the discipline of reading and exams and recitals and all those things. So yeah, it was just something that eventually it was just a waste of money for them, but it gave me a terrific grounding. And it was a long time later that it was actually after having my 2 kids, so early 40s, that I probably, or maybe 39 or so, I decided to go and do some vocal lessons, and that's because I had started teaching piano